So hey YouTube, welcome back to another one of my videos. So today what we're going to be talking about is lesbian flags and the history behind each of those flags and which one is the correct one to use in the modern day. So we have a lot of flags in the LGBTQ plus community, and that's because flags are a symbol of pride and expression. We have so many sexualities and genders that need flags and need to be shown at Pride. These flags, however, that we have in the community have evolved and changed over the years due to the need to make these flags more inclusive to all the different members of the community. And this is especially true for the flag that we're going to be talking about today, which is my own flag, which is the lesbian flag. Actually, at the minute, there is no officially used lesbian flag. There are two at the minute that we currently use, but there's one that is said to be more inclusive than the others, and we will get to that. We're going to go from the first flag to the most modern flag. We're going to go through that in this video. So with that all out of the way, let's get into the history of lesbian flags. So the first one is this one. It is a flag that was created in 1999, the same year as me, and it was called the Labyrinth lesbian flag. I think I said that right. Labyrinth lesbian flag. And it was actually created by a man called Sean Campbell. The reason why it's called the Labyrinth flag is because this axe that is on the flag, that's the name of that particular axe. And that particular axe is actually used by the Amazonians, which are a tribe of warrior women that you will see in Greek mythology. Think kind of like the opening scene of Wonder Woman. I think they're based kind of on Amazonians, aren't they? Are they Amazonians? And the violet colour of this flag is for Sappho, who was a Greek poet. She wrote a lot of poetry about her love interests, who were women. I do want to do a whole separate video on Sappho and why we still use the word sapphic, so I'm going to be researching that and I will be making a video about that in the near future. However, despite the fact that, the Amazonian association is cool and the association with Sappho is really, really cool, we don't use this flag for a number of very valid reasons. Firstly, the inverted triangle that is seen on the flag was actually a Nazi symbol which they used to brand women in concentration camps that didn't fit their ideology of what Nazi women should be like. And obviously this included lesbians. So because these women didn't conform to Nazi ideals, they were branded with this black triangle. A lot of people have reclaimed the triangles, so there is the black triangle for lesbians and the pink triangle for gay men. A lot of people say that we have reclaimed these symbols. A lot of people are still uncomfortable with the symbols. At the meantime, it's not really a symbol that we would use or associate with homosexuality in the present day. Also, this flag, as I mentioned before, was made by a man. I would rather a lesbian flag made by the lesbian community. I think it makes more sense. The axe that we've seen in the flag was also claimed as a fascist symbol. And lastly, the flag was actually claimed by a group of lesbian feminists who were very, very, very transphobic. Nowadays, they would have been considered TERFs. So we stopped using that flag because they excluded trans people, and the flags in the LGBTQ plus community are meant to be inclusive, and this one didn't really include trans lesbians, which is not cool because we need to include those in the flag. TERFs still to this day actually love this flag, and you sometimes will see it being used at like TERF marches, but that's why the lesbian communities kind of moved away from this flag and moved on from it. So this is the next lesbian flag we will be looking at. It was made in 2010 and it is referred to as the lipstick lesbian flag. As you can see, it's like a lesbian flag with a little lipstick in the corner. The reason why we don't really use this flag anymore is because it's both butch-phobic and it does not include gender non-conforming lesbians. I mean, that's basically like taking out half the community at that point, and a flag should not divide a community of people in the LGBTQ plus community. It should bring them together, so that's not good. We don't want to have flags that some parts of the community are uncomfortable with. That's not the point of a flag. And the biggest reason as to why we don't use this flag anymore is because the creator, Natalie McRae, said racist, biphobic and transphobic things on her blog. I think the post has since been deleted. I couldn't find it anywhere and I don't think I want to read it. So a lot of people moved away from using this flag. I would say a lot of people disagreed with the things that she said on her blog. So I'm glad we don't use this flag anymore. I don't want to associate it with somebody who would say such horrible things on the internet. And then we have this flag. It was also created in 2010. So after she posted that blog post, lesbians actually reclaimed the flag and removed the lipstick. So that's what you're looking at here. We reclaimed this one and we used it for years. This was when I actually came out as a lesbian. This was the current flag at the time. A lot of people still use this flag. It's considered now the femme lesbian flag more specifically. However, a lot of people still don't use this flag because of like the origins of it. It still has those not so nice origins. So that is why we then made this next flag. So this flag here is the most recent lesbian flag. It was created 2017-18, I think it was like December. It was like the overlap at the end of that year. And it is now the most modern and the most inclusive lesbian flag. This flag is actually the first lesbian flag that actually includes gender non-conforming lesbians and butch lesbians as well as femme lesbians. It includes absolutely everyone, which is great. That's what we want. We then have this flag, which is just the 5-stripe version of the previous flag. They both mean the same thing. They're both just as inclusive. It's just this one, because it has less stripes, it's easier to manufacture for things like Pride. A lot of members of the community will say that this is the proper and right lesbian flag to use. However, the femme lesbian flag is also kind of used by more feminine lesbians in the community. And of course, lesbians can rep the 6-stripe rainbow flag, which I actually have on the back of my chair. And they can also rep the other flags that have come from this one, like this one and this one. So those flags can all be used by lesbians because the rainbow flag is a symbol of the whole LGBTQ plus community. It was made by Gilbert Baker and it is the flag for absolutely everyone in the queer community. But that concludes our history lesson on lesbian flags for the ages. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It did take me a little while to research it because I actually got inspired by this because I didn't actually know what lesbian flag I should be using, so I looked it up. So I just compiled all of my research that I did into a document and decided to make a video about it. So I'm hoping to do more LGBT things on the channel, as I've said before. So look forward to more LGBTQ plus centered content coming from me. If you want to see that, also subscribe. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a big thumbs up and also subscribe with love, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next video.